What up, everybody? You already know it's your boy Nextstop Sirchcity.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Neda. What's up? How
Yo,
was
and
your
welcome
week?
back. Well, first off, first and foremost, welcome back to the Food We Watch podcast, where we review food shows. As you guys already know, we're on episode 12, so we are reviewing Next Level Chef. Nita, my week started off busy, ended fantastic.
Can we talk about it? So I
Yeah,
want to
let's
give
do
a
it.
personal, I want to give a personal shout out to this restaurant. It's called
Yes.
Ulysses American Gastropub. They are located in Wilmington, Delaware. Service was superb. Guys, if you go there, if you're in the Delaware area, New Jersey, Philadelphia area, and you so happen to be in Delaware, you need to check out this restaurant and ask for Andy. Andy,
Yes.
you are awesome.
Andy did his thing. He was I'm not gonna. I'm 36. Been alive 36 years. This probably was the best service I've ever had from any waiter, waitress, bar none. He was fantastic. Thank you so much, Andy, for showing us a great time at the Ulysses Gastropub, American Gastropub. It was the food
Was
so delicious.
amazing. Was so amazing. And like not only did the waiter check on us, but
Hmm.
other people who worked there also wanted to see how we were doing and how was the service. So definitely we are going back there. So
Yes. Yes. If you guys want, you can follow them at Ulysses Gastropub on IG. They have pictures of their food. You could at least get your eyes ready for what's about to happen to you when you go there. They have good drinks too.
yes,
We had some great drinks as well. So yeah, we just wanted to send a special shout out to Ulysses American Gastropub and let you guys know that you are doing a phenomenal job, and we cannot wait to return.
yes.
All right. Well,
So we are back at it. This
back
is
at it.
episode what? 12?
Yeah,
11.
episode.
Okay,
No,
episode
no,
12.
episode
Episode 12.
12. We are on
Okay.
episode 12. 12 down, son.
And only 7 people left in this
Yes.
episode.
Um,
And
not gonna not gonna lie, it was a it was a it was like an even kill episode. It wasn't too much going on this week.
yeah, it wasn't. So, yeah, we'll try to do our best to make it as entertaining as usual. But I honestly think me and Search is going to be on the same page with a lot of this.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I think so too. Without further ado, let's get into it.
let's
Nita,
get
what was
into it.
going on this week?
They had to bake. Search, do
Bake.
you bake?
I do not bake often.
Do you,
My
wait, wait,
that's
wait, wait. Do you bake from scratch?
If I do bake, it's from scratch. One thing my mom has taught me and spoiled me is the fact that hey, you gonna make something, make it from scratch. I don't know how to make anything box.
Really?
I don't do
Okay.
that.
Okay.
So I have baked. I made cheesecakes, regular cakes, but I don't do it often. But I know how to bake.
I'm sorry. How come I'm just now hearing about this and
Because
I've
you're in your
never
older age, you've been needing ginkgo biloba. Because I have told you this before. At my old house, I made a Oreo cheesecake. I've made a pineapple upside down cheesecake. I've told you
oh
that stuff before, and you had the same reaction. How come you didn't tell me that you made cheesecake? And I did. So next
my
time I
bad.
make cheesecake, I got you.
Thank you. I apologize.
But no, this is look, we're saying it more often than not. We're getting down to the wire, and they said it. You got to be versatile. We got to see
You
because I think it
do.
was somebody had mentioned they don't bake, and they were like, "Well,
Pilar
you're gonna have to." Yeah, you got to. You got to. You if you're gonna
to
be a chef,
be
you got to at least know the
yeah.
basics.
Yeah, to be a next level chef, you have to be
Mhm.
able to know how to cook anything and everything.
Yeah, and guess
So
what?
I
This week
agree.
they had to know how to bake, even though they never baked. It's a few have never baked anything before, and I'm like, okay, well, today's the
Mm,
first
yeah.
time for everything, right?
Yep.
But real quick, did you this and this happened right at the beginning. You might have something before my, but I just want to say this real quick. Did you see where Chris threw a little shade at Tucker, where he was saying week after week, you've always been on top, and now it's going to be nice to see how you come bounce back by being in the bottom. Not everybody can do that. I was like, oh, he seemed a little seemed like a little shade. Think
Ooh.
he was a little annoyed by her being on top every week. But that was like
Mhm.
right at the beginning of the episode, and I was like, okay,
Mm. Shade starting early. We not waiting.
yeah.
Leave it up to Chris. All
Chris,
right.
Chris, Chris.
Well, speaking of drama topics, let's kick it off. Well, you kind of already did with Chris. Michelle won
Mm,
last week, so she won the time token. And again, you already know the rules. You can either use the 10 seconds for yourself, or you could take away time from another
yeah, contestant.
contestant. Well, Michelle decided to give herself an extra 10 seconds because she is not confident with her grab.
Yeah, not only that, she's never baked before, so
Well, that too.
she said she needed all the time, so she took the Nuri approach, and we'll see if that um
Worked
helped
out.
her, if that worked out. But yeah, she did. She her who was it? Marine and Michelle won last week, but Michelle won the time token. So they were on the top.
Yep.
We had
Omi,
I
Pilar, and Chris in the middle.
in the middle, and we had Tucker and Nuri fighting their way back out of the bottom. And we'll see if that worked. But what else? What else was going on this week? Um,
Well, I mean, you already kind of mentioned it. I was nervous for Pilar because she kept saying that she doesn't bake. She doesn't
mhm.
like to bake. And also this was Michelle's first time baking from scratch.
And here's the thing about Michelle Baker from scratch. She made cheesecake. She made cheesecake. And one thing about cheesecake is not only do you bake it, but you also have to let it sit and cool to get that creamy texture, or it's going to fall apart. So, first time baking, I think I wouldn't have picked cheesecake.
You would have picked like a regular cake, right?
Yeah, and there was the top floor. You got all the stuff. Just do a regular look. We're coming down to the last, we're the last seven, six, seven.
7.
Take a simple situation and just elevate it.
Yeah.
Something that happened that kind of like you touched on a little while ago. Pilar was making you nervous. Pilar ganache started to separate for her dessert, and this is why I said before I don't know about Pilar going far because you don't know which Pilar you're going to get. You got the
Mm,
Pilar that's like, yo, she is like resilient. She the craziest dishes, the putting together masterpieces, and then you got Pilar who kind of moves too fast, and then something happens, and then it kind of throws her off. So I like Pilar a lot, but it's just you never know. I don't
yeah,
know which one you're going to get.
yeah. And I thought this was interesting. Omi is the last social media chef on the
Yes.
show right now.
Mm.
I thought that was very interesting. I was like, wow, okay. So she's holding it down for the social media.
Representing for you social media chefs. Come on, homie, Omi. I hope you can keep holding it down.
Yeah.
Um, she had a pretty good dish too, and we'll get into what she made, but
Mm-hmm.
she's one that's steadily she's climbing. So
Yeah, she is.
I don't know. You never know what can happen. Now, one
You
thing I
never know.
didn't know they would do to the basement people, I was like, wait. They had no cake pans in the basement.
I
Tucker
know.
was like, "How am I supposed to
Wait,
bake
wait,
without?"
wait, wait. Not only that, they barely had an oven.
Yeah. Oh, that
They
little
was
toaster
like,
oven thing.
yes, they was like, what is this from? Like
Yeah.
1960 something,
They was
1950s.
they was doing them dirty. I said, "Dang, it's like that in the basement?
It's
Like
like
it goes
that.
down in the basement."
Well,
So,
I mean, that's what happens when you don't deliver.
yeah, that is true. That is true.
Nuri.
Another thing that happened, Michelle. So again, go back to Michelle making her
Mm.
cheesecake. Gordon Ramsay came to him and was like, that base is super thick. You might want
Yo,
to."
yo, let me tell you something. I don't know how to make cheesecake, but I've never seen the crust that thick. Like,
Yeah, that's what she
I
said.
was like,
That was crazy.
wow. Well, no, that's what you said first.
But yeah, it was super thick. But for real, Gordon Ramsay was nervous for both Maureen and Michelle because
Oh
Maureen
my
was doing the
gosh.
like,
She didn't
mhm.
soak her cake. Why did she was like, I feel confident that I don't need to soak my cake.
Some
What?
people, and all right. So here's what I think it was a little ego. She's made this cake before multiple times. She could do this in her sleep, and I felt like it was ego. Like she's like, no, I do this, so I don't want to change my recipe. But here's the thing: you never had an experienced chef like Gordon Ramsay tell you, "Hey, you probably want to soak your
Right,
cake."
exactly. Yes. Yeah. You're right. You're right. She was overly confident. And why would you do that? You're working with Chef Gordon Ramsay. Like he doesn't miss. He
Tried
doesn't
to tell
miss.
you, but she ain't well listen. And
Nope.
yeah,
Nope.
and then so then we had the issue. Not really an issue. We was getting down to the wire. Chris was trying to cool down his tart crust. He was nervous as hell. He threw it in the freezer. Luckily, he got it to cool down because what you didn't want to do is put that custard in a hot crust and everything just melts and gets soggy.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, something else that I thought was interesting. Michelle is the only chef who has never been in elimination.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I never realized that.
I
But
did
it's
not
like,
realize that
wow,
either, but the
girl,
way her
that's
dish
good.
was going, I was like,
Yeah,
"Girl, it's about to
it's
be a
about to be the
first for
first.
you." And speaking of, so Gordon was like, "Yo, Michelle, put your plate on the platform. Your
Mhm.
plate, your plate, your plate." This kind of solidified that I knew Michelle was going into elimination round because
Yeah.
her cheesecake came apart.
Yeah, she had to throw it up there, just like Pilar last week. She had to toss it up, and it
Yeah.
was already crumbling when she took it out of. She had trouble
Yeah.
taking it out of the pan.
Mhm. Yeah,
Once she
yep.
did, it started to crumble, and that just, for lack of a better term, no pun intended, solidified her going
Going
into.
to elimination round.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, so this is just an observation. I don't know. So it just seems like giving yourself an extra 10 seconds
Look,
tends to bite you in the butt because
I think
Nori gave him.
the token is cursed.
Oh, yeah, because Pilar played herself and she used it against Tucker. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, if I'm the winner, I'm like, can I do not want to use this.
I I
I just
revoke.
want to be regular.
I revoke.
Revoke my right
Revoke
to
my
use this.
rights. That is
I will not
hilarious.
use that no more. If it doesn't seem to work out well for
It
the
doesn't.
target and the person who has it. It just doesn't seem good.
Hilarious. Well, before we get into favorite dishes, do you want to tell the people who made what?
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so here we have Marine. She made a raspberry cornmeal cake with a peach puree. We had Chris who made a coconut tart with a kombucha, squash, and candy kumquats and pineapples. We have Tucker, who made a chocolate cake with raspberry cremo and a raspberry coulis. We have Michelle, who made a baked cheesecake soup type thing. And then we have Nuri, who made a citrus tart with tropical fruit marmalade
No,
with.
no. What did he make? It was team too much.
Oh, I'm reading off what they called it, which was a citrus tart with tropical fruit marmalade with whipped chantilly cream.
I
And
just
yes, it
I'm
was
sorry.
all over the place.
I'm just sorry. Like Nuri, like time and time and time and time again. Like they said you're doing too much and you're still doing too much. You're
Yeah.
doing too
Less
much.
is less is a little more sometimes. I think
Yes.
he's got the idea. He did try to edit it. He kept saying, "Yeah, edit, edit, edit," but he still. I would have just did that creme that they said they liked, and then focus on the tart because his tart was raw. So he should have just focused on those two, and that would have probably been okay. But he had an additional thing on the other side. It was all right. So then we have the homie Omi, who made a buñuelo fried and baked choux pastry with coconut creme and a wild berry sauce. And then we follow that off with the final one, which is Pilar, who made a chocolate cake with fresh berries and candy pecans. So that's what we had today.
So can I lead off with the favorite dish and you let me know if you have the same. And mine is going to be pretty simple. My favorite dish, middle level, period.
What
Y'all
was that? Was that
killed
Omi
it.
Pilar and Chris?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. Pretty much the levels you can tell who had the worst. It was all one level, and then who had the best was all one level. It was like, what the heck is going on?
Yup. This is a first for us.
Yes.
The whole middle level,
Hmm.
hands down, had my favorite dishes. And Omi's
Yeah.
dish, oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah. Those shoe
Wow.
pastries came out. That was like next level, literally next level chef. Something you see in a high end restaurant. Um.
Mhm.
Yeah, they killed it, and shockingly. Chris was I was he did it. He said what he was going to. This is the last week.
Yeah,
I'm going
yep.
to be down here, and he pulled it through. I was
He
proud of
pulled
him.
it. He pulled, yep. Now, with that, when you have your best dish, now you got to talk about your worst dishes.
Oh
What
man, well
was it for
so I
you?
got I have Michelle,
Yep.
I have Marine.
Really? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
They thought her because it didn't taste right. It tastes like dust. They said it. She
Mm,
didn't soak
mm.
her
Yeah,
cake and
yeah,
make it.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was like a mouthful of cornmeal, and
Yeah.
my
Nuri.
homie
Nuri.
Nuri, come on,
Again,
man,
3
raw
times.
tart crust. It was just yeah, 3 weeks in a row. I'm telling you, we coming down to the wire, and it's you gotta elevate. I'm telling you, you gotta keep it simple, but elevate a simple idea. That's what they're looking for. They really, if you could just take one simple thing, which is a cake, and you could just elevate it to where you could potentially put it on a high end um restaurant menu, you were good. But Nori was doing too much again. It was too much.
Again, like you did not learn from the past 2 weeks, but I digress. So let's go on to plating. And this is literally based off of how does the plate look. We don't
I have
care
a
how
bunch.
it tastes,
I have a bunch of
just how
people.
it looks.
I had like 5 people.
Really, I only have 3.
Really? Well, who
Yes.
are your three?
So I have Tucker,
I have Tucker.
even though hers didn't look much like a cake, but I liked her plating.
It looked like a brownie. I would. She should just called it a
That's
brownie.
that's what exactly. That's what she should have said. That's what she should have called it. Not a cake, a brownie. Omi, I'm
Hmm.
just Omi killed it. And Marine, I liked how her cake, it might have tasted like dust, but I liked how it looked. I see. I would have been disappointed because based off a look, I'd have been like, "Oh, this about to be good," and then
Hmm.
just tasting it, I'd have been like, "Oh, this is so disappointing."
All right, guys. I know this may look a little different. We were having some technical issues with my camera, so we're gonna finish off here. Okay, my best plating. Like I said, I have one, two, three, four. I have five. So mine was Tucker, just like you had. Omi, amazing. I
Hmm.
had Pilar, Chris, and Marine.
Okay. Okay. I'm not.
Yeah, they
I'm
had
not mad at. I'm
some.
not mad. I'm not mad at those.
Yeah. So those were the best platings in my opinion. But with the best, we have the worst, and I only have one.
Really? I
I only
well,
have one.
I have two.
All right. Well, who are your two?
My two. Well, I mean, I think you already have this person, Michelle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you're not gonna like my second.
I kind of guessed in my mind who your second one is. It Nuri? Yeah, I kind of figured you was. I thought his plating was fine.
Mm-mm.
He had the
It was
three different dishes. It just didn't taste great.
no, it was confusing.
The
Uh,
plating was confusing.
yeah, I didn't like it.
You can't say that about Nori. It's Nori.
I don't
Nah, but it's
know, Nori. I don't know. I don't know, man. I
all
don't
right.
know.
All right.
Are
What else?
are are we doing early guesses?
We
I
after we get done all this, we got
I
some.
hope so. I hope so. Early predictions.
Yes, early predictions. But so yeah, at the overall, the best or the winners were Chris and Omi. Chris finally did what he said he was going to do, and he got himself out of the middle. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Chris.
I was happy for him. Omi took away the time token. She had the best of them two, which, in my opinion, if I was her, I would not use it on anything.
Wait,
Keep
real
it,
quick.
take it back.
Wait, I know. Wait, real quick. Chris would love to have you on the show so you can tell us how frustrating it was for you to ride the middle.
Yeah, that's what she said. And I would love to have you on this show too. Oh man, that sounded all the way wrong. But with the winners, we have the losers. Unfortunately, 3 weeks in a row, we have Nori, followed by Marine, and not really a guess, Michelle.
And how do
So
you feel
those
about those picks? I mean, it was hands down for me. But
it hurt, but yeah, I agree.
I was just like, Nuri, really? 3 times in a row? Dag,
He's
I think that's the
doing
longest streak.
yeah, I think he's doing too much. That's it. Like I said earlier, if he would have just did like the little sauce thing that he had that they liked that was on the side and focus
Mhm.
on the actual tart, which was the main thing. That third thing he is like you just slow down, conceptualize, and just keep it simple but elevated. That's it. So unfortunately, he didn't do that this week. So that they went into the elimination. Um, the elimination challenge or the losers challenge was eggs Benedict. We
Which
recently
you
just
made.
yeah,
Yes. That
we
came to my
recently did
mind.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to be highlighted in our cookbook that's coming out soon, guys. If you don't know, we are working on a cookbook that should be coming out sometime in the fall, and we will give you more about that on Normal's Be Chefing platform. But yeah, the eggs Benedict. I think Nori did a lobster eggs Benedict, Marine
Mhm.
did a salmon, and Michelle did a shrimp eggs Benedict. And Yeah, that elimination challenge looked a little rough.
I was worried
uh,
about Nuri because his sauce broke, so he had to make another
Redo it.
sauce.
Hmm.
Michelle messed up her sauce after it was
Hmm.
perfect. And well, yeah, that was yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. Eggs Benedict. Well, the hollandaise that goes with the eggs Benedict is probably like the hardest thing to do, because it's egg, and if you don't cook it too much, it'll be raw egg, and if you don't cook it enough, it'll be
Yeah.
egg, like scrambled egg.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It was
it's a
it was like
fine line.
yeah, it was like to the point where Tucker was concerned for everyone.
Yeah. So unfortunately, when the judges came down to it, we had
The
to say
shrimp,
goodbye.
wait, the shrimp, Michelle cleaned her shrimps, but the shrimp that she put in her eggs
Mhm.
Benedict was the one that still had the shells on there. And I really truly
Yeah.
believe that's what got her eliminated. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
so sorry.
unfortunately.
Yeah, Michelle.
Unfortunately, we had to say goodbye to Michelle. Shanita broke the news. But you guys, if you are watching this, you probably watched the episode. But yeah, we lost Michelle because she left the shell. Michelle left the shells on the shrimp.
And
That
it's so
is
sad. That was
explicit.
her first time being elimination. Your first time being elimination and you get eliminated.
The first cut is the deepest. Yeah, I was like, dang, yo. And you can kind of figure, see, if you watch the show, editing, the way the producers, they put it together. Oh, you never been in elimination. Da, da, da. I'm like, oh, man.
They
Yeah.
decided
So
to keep that in.
they did. The producers, they know how to do it. They know how to do it. But
Shady
unfortunately,
producers and editors. We would love to have you on the show.
yeah, we want to
Tell
get y'all
us.
take on how it is behind the scenes and all that. So if there's any producers from the show watching, definitely let us know if you want to be on the show. We would greatly appreciate it. But unfortunately, again, we had to say goodbye to Michelle. Michelle, you've made it far. You made it to the top 7. Washington Township, New Jersey. She's from. We have family over there.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh, she's close to
so
home.
close to home. We might have to do a live. Hey,
Wow.
Michelle, if you want to come on the
Michelle, would
podcast,
love to have you, Michelle. Would love
yes,
to have you.
but you did a great job. We appreciate you even taking the time to be on the show and just honing in on your craft. You cooked a lot of fish. I would like to take some of your fish dishes. It seems like you are well versed in the art of cooking fish. But yes, thank you so much. You made it far. I see many good things happening for you. I do follow you on social media. So I'm watching you. And yeah, thank you so much for being on the show.
All
But
right. Yeah. Go ahead.
as we're coming to an end, Nita, these predictions, they are changing.
I really only have one. Do you know
Yeah,
what they're doing next week?
no,
Okay. Well, I will say this.
you can say what they're doing. I just didn't see it.
Okay. It's something that Nuri has tried to do before, but missed the mark. Surf and turf. We also did surf and
Oh
turf.
yeah,
We also did surf and turf. So this is going to be interesting, and based off of the previews, it don't look so good.
yeah.
Um, so I don't know. Will Nori make a comeback? Will
Oh
he get the boot? For me, it's I don't know what happened to Nuri. Like it's just if you can't stick to one item, I I really don't know what to say. Like I don't know. So
yeah, I don't.
I'm worried for Nuri. And I will have to agree with you, like with Pilar. Just you don't know what you're gonna get with her. So I think those might be the two that I'm really worried about.
Yeah, I'm highly red alert on Nori. Like, yo, I'm still picking him, not changing. I think he
Mhm.
if he can pull it together, I think he can win all of this. But I you just gotta focus and edit your ideas down to something more simple. But I'm not gonna lie, the person who I really think is probably gonna take it all the way. There are two people, and it's right now looking like Omi and Tucker, in my opinion.
Mm,
Pilar can be like she's like a wild card because if she
yeah.
does like if she's on point, she's better than she to me, Pilar is the best chef. Tucker's the most consistent, but Pilar is the
Mhm.
best chef, but she just has to pull it through and just be like focused. Not too
Yeah.
focused, but
Yeah.
focused.
Right, right, right.
Omi and
Um,
Tucker, it's up for grabs.
yeah, and if next week if it's a double elimination,
Mm,
ooh, that's gonna be ooh.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. We don't know
Yeah,
yet.
it's getting a little crazy, but we're gonna find out again if you guys aren't doing it already. You can watch Next Level Chef on Thursdays, on Fox, and you can tune in. I don't remember what time it comes on, but you
I
can
think eight
watch
o'clock.
8 o'clock. Some
Mhm.
check your local listings,
Yeah, check your
uh,
local listings because that was eight
but
o'clock Eastern Standard
exactly.
Time. Mhm.
So, yeah, you can watch that, and then after you get done watching that, every Tuesday, you can come here on the Normals Be Chefing Network, and you can watch the Food We Watch podcast, and you'll hear us talk about it, go over it, and do the darn thing. Real quick, I just want to let you guys know if you follow us, you should probably have seen it already. We have a special guest that we will be interviewing soon. Um, May 23rd is when the interview drops. We have the wonderful, the talented Daryl Chef Drama Taylor coming to the show. So if you
Yes.
don't follow already, please go ahead and hit that like, share, subscribe, whatever you got to do. Just make sure you follow us because that was an amazing time, and that's going to be a dope experience for you guys.
And on that note of announcements, we'd like to make another announcement. So, as you guys can tell, Next Level Chef will be coming to an end soon, but we are reviewing another show, another Gordon Ramsay show that will be airing soon, Master Chef. Do we know what season
Yes,
this is?
a
Season
lot.
I think it's season 14. I really think it's season 14.
I have no
So
idea.
yeah, I think it's season 14. So stay tuned for us talking about Master Chef.
Yes, can't wait for that one. That's one of the ones I've watched since day one.
Yeah,
I've
me
seen it
too.
elevate, so we are definitely going to have some fun with that one.
Yes.
All right, but guess what, guys? We have come to an end. I'm so sad we have to leave you. Well, we will be back next week on Tuesday at 12 p.m. Make sure you go to YouTube at Normals Be Chefing and follow us and hit that notification button so you can know when we drop. But before we get out of here, Nita, where can they find you?
Guys, you already know. And if you don't know, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at nita.foodphoto. And what about you, Search?
Yes, so you guys should already know by now. You can follow me on all platforms at Search City. If I do not answer the phone there, you can always call and reach out to me at Normals Be Chefing. I be over there. I be normal and I be chefing sometimes. So you can always stop by on all platforms. But real quick before we get out of here, I did have some shout outs. Shout out to my
Mhm.
homie Gamer First. She just celebrated a birthday. Holla. You are one of the inspirations of why I'm doing this. I just wanted to make sure I shout out happy birthday. And also LMG AJ from Live Madden Gaming is on Facebook and he just reached 1 million followers. That is
Wow.
no easy feat. And I just want to say congratulations to you, my guy. I see what you're doing. I see the evolution of your platform, and I'm proud of you. So I just wanted to give those quick announcements. All right. But guess what, guys? You already know before we go, we just want to let you know that good things come and good things go. Life is like a box of chocolate. Y'all don't understand how much that should be melting. That shit be melting. Peace.